why are these people making so much money? It's crazy. It's like people just throw money at them and they don't even have to really try. That's awesome. Good for them. We both know the answer. They have a personal brand. So the question is, how do you create a personal brand? And of course, the answer is content. Like that's what all these folks that we just saw, they're doing. They're making all this really killer content, but then how do you create the content? How do you know what to say? And I don't know about you, but it's not really that much fun staring at a blank page and like going, oh my God, what am I going to make? And then you spend forever making the content and then you post it and nobody pays attention to it and you don't get any more customers or whatever. That's not fun. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use AI to build a personal brand really quickly. And before we go any further, I promise you, it is not how you think. It's not going to just be like some robotically lame sounding stuff. This is going to be really cool because it'll sound exactly like you. It'll be authentic. It'll actually help people and it'll probably bring you in a lot of customers. That's the idea anyway. And it's fast. Before I show you how to do it though, I want to save you a ton of time and frustration and energy by showing you what really makes personal brands work. So this is embarrassing, but like when I first started making content, to try to build a personal brand and stuff, I tried to make myself look cooler than I actually am, which is pretty easy because I'm not even remotely cool. So, I would like make sure I showed like cool cars and stuff, which I had, which just made me look like a dork, and stand, in front of my house and all of this. And what I learned is that nobody cares. Like people don't care whether we're cool or whether we have credentials. All they care about is whether or not you can help them solve their problems. And that's awesome because right now I'm going to show you how to like make everything 1,000 times easier before you even make any content, just by answering a couple easy questions. So the first one is, who do you want as your customer? Like we don't want to just make content just randomly. Like we want to make it for the right people. So that's pretty easy. The second question is, what do those people want? Like in terms of whatever it is you offer, like what kind of problems do they have that you could help them solve? Pretty simple, all right? The next question is also easy, which is how can you help them get what they want? And then the final one, and this is the magic one, is what must you demonstrate to be true in order for them to want to do business with you? And the answer to that question is, we just need to demonstrate that we can help them get what they want, not by making empty promises, but by making content that is showing them how to get what they want, which takes all the pressure off of you, which is awesome. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to do that. And it's going to be fun and it's going to be easy. So the tool I'm about to show you, you can try it for free. It's called Ojoy, OJOY.ai. Just go there, take the free trial, follow along with me. And within this video, in a couple minutes, we're going to have like really cool content that's awesome that could be used like right now. And we can even schedule like a week or a month's worth of it. It's killer. So let's get into it. Cool. So here we are inside of Ojoy and like the real workhorse tool. And here is something called Project Shepherd. And it's awesome because you just start with a single prompt and you just answer questions and it makes stuff for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk to it. You can type if you want to. And I'm going to tell it what we need, like this. I need some help figuring out who my customer avatar is, and then I need to figure out what it is they really want in relation to the stuff that I sell. Then I need to figure out how I can help them get it, what they want, and then I need to figure out what I need to demonstrate to be true in order for them to believe that I can actually help them get it. And the goal of all of this is ultimately to create social media content for these people. Now, dude, if you had to like prompt something like that, it would be a nightmare. But the cool thing about Ojoy is that it's built to just talk to like random people like us, and it will now extract all of the information from me by asking me questions. So all I have to do is answer the questions like just by talking to it, and then it'll end up giving me content, brand voice, everything. It's amazing. So I'll do that now, but I won't make you watch me do it because it's boring. Just know that I'm just gonna like answer the stuff and talk to it. Okay, check this out. I'm like 30 seconds in, and it's already helping me figure out who to make the content for and like that customer avatar thing. And all I'm doing is just answering simple questions. I just want to point out how easy this is. I'll keep on going, won't make you watch me. Okay, so maybe 5 minutes later, it already knows who my customer avatar is now. And I have not typed anything. I'm just talking to it, answering these questions. So now it's time to start making some content. But we can't make content unless we know the answers to the other questions, which is what do they want? How can we help them get what they want? And what must we demonstrate to be true in order for them to like come to us and want to buy stuff? And that's what we're about to figure out right now. And dude, literally like the next thing it tells me already, it's figured it out. Okay, here's what they want. All right, so now it's asking me, okay, how are you gonna help them get what they want? So you see how it pulls it out of you. This is why the content is so authentic, and this is why it works so well, and this is why it's so easy to create content, because once we answer this stuff, it can just crank out content for you all the time. It's awesome. We only do this process once. I'll keep going, and I'll show you the results here. Okay, here we are, like maybe 90 seconds later, and now it's given me my summary, and it's even told me like, okay, here's how I can help them. And here's what I need to demonstrate to be true. And this is where Ojoy really shines because it asks you, it's like, all right, you got everything you need? Or do we need anything else? And in this case, I'm going to tell it that I need some more stuff because like maybe people need overall brand strategy as well, you know, before they even use Ojoy.ai. So check it out. This does cover almost everything, but I feel like I should also provide some guidance about overall brand strategy and things like why it shouldn't be about them and why everything should be about who they're writing towards and why that kind of takes the pressure off of them to look or sound cool and things like that. So I do want to help teach them that stuff as well, mainly because it's really important and I think it'll help them. So have a look at this. This is so cool, all right? So it's now told me everything that I need to know in order to really make awesome content using AI. It's given me this complete detailed customer avatar thing, like all their pain points and struggles. And most importantly, it's talking about how I can help them get what they want. And even better, it's telling me specifically what kind of content to make. So now, why don't we just take this? And by the way, this is like kind of a little bit of what you call a brand guideline here. It doesn't have our tone of voice yet or anything, but this is something I would want to keep for future reference. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to use this little known scientific method called copying and pasting. And I'm going to paste this into a new chat in Ojoy. And now we're going to start creating the content. Check it out. So I'll do the old copy here. Unbelievable skill level there. I'll come over here into a new chat and I'll say, I need some help creating social media posts. Here is some information about what I'm trying to achieve. And now I'm going to bravely paste all of that stuff under there. So anytime you're working in Ojoy and if you want to start a new conversation and you're serving the same market, whether you want to write a sales letter or whatever, now we know like everything about them. So I'll just hit go, and it's going to ask me some more questions to help me now create the actual content, right? But now we're making like good stuff for the right people, and we're saying the right things that'll actually help them. And first question, okay, what kind of social media posts you want to make? And I'm just going to choose them. And I won't make you watch me answer these questions because it's just super easy. I'm not even going to type. I'm just going to talk to it. But I'll show you our outcome. Get to the good stuff faster, all right? Okay, check this out. Again, just a few seconds later into this conversation, and it's like, hey man, do you want to sell or rather share any testimonials or stories about creators? Which I could, but what if I didn't have anything like that? That's where this other tool in Ojoy comes in. This is so gangster, all right? So check this out. We have this tool called Fact Finder, and here's what it lets you do. I need you to go and look online and find credible sources, research papers, whatever, academic studies that support my argument that telling stories in sales and marketing brings in more customers than if you didn't tell stories in your sales and marketing. And include links to your sources for me, please. So remember, the stuff's never about us, right? So like, yeah, I could tell a story about how whatever, I made a post and yada, yada, yada. And if you have a cool story, then like, yay. But if you don't, you can take like academic research and stuff and make it sound cool using this tool. So we'll get the results and I'll show you. So that's like pretty freaking awesome, like real actual academic research. It's like facts, not conjecture. We're telling the truth. This is pretty cool. So I'll get these links here and then I'll show you how we'll use them. Actually, you know what? I asked it to dig a little deeper just because like, listen, maybe there's something cooler, and oh my God, dude, look at this. This is so crazy. These people like just randomly use stories to sell $129 worth of random things on eBay to see if stories worked. Their net profit was $3.6 million. That's crazy. Oh no, not $3.6 million, $3,000. Okay. Who cares though? That's a big profit. So I'll use this one. This is why you always want to get the sources. So check this out. I got the article. I'm just going to copy it right here. I'm not going to read it. And I'm going to give it back to that same chat we were working on to create the content. Because again, we can make stories about us, but no one cares about us. They care about like cooler stuff. So I'm back here in our original chat and I got that thing copied over here. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to give you a great big article to read about stories and stuff and read it and see if there's something we can use. Yes, that was a brilliantly articulated prompt. Thank you very much. So I'll just hit enter there and paste all that stuff, and there we go. And now it'll read it, and it'll find the cool stuff for us, so we don't have to worry about trying to look cool. For me, that's physically impossible. So, huzzah. So now that it's got that, it's like, okay, dude, I'm ready to write a post, right? So, by the way, the rules are always rough draft first, make it sound cool later. So we just want to like give it all the key ingredients, so then we can tweak it and make it sound cool. We just want to make sure we can crank this stuff out like by, the truckload. So I'll be like, yeah, man, sure. So, yep, that sounds good. Go ahead and write a draft or do whatever you want. I mean, who am I to tell AI what to do? And dude, this is good information. This is a good post, but most importantly, remember, we don't care about the writing style yet. Like we can train it on any writing style. We just want like to actually help people. Crazy, So this is really, really good. Now what we can do is remember the rule is always like rough draft first, sound cool later. Now what we can do once we kind of know that it's ready to go and it knows everything it needs, we can train it on how to sound exactly like you. And what's really crazy about this is if you've been talking to OJoy for a while, it will learn the way that you speak. So this has been a short conversation with it, but we'll try this little trick number 1, to make it sound exactly like you. Read through this entire conversation and analyze my answers and analyze all of my input. That is actually what you're reading is transcripts of me literally talking to you. So see if you're able to analyze the way I talk, my vocabulary, my sentence structure, and all of that kind of stuff, and see if you're able to train yourself to sound just like me based on what we've done in this conversation. So it analyzed it, and this is the magic question. Do you want me to try writing something in your voice to test the analysis? And yeah, please rewrite the first long-form written post so that it sounds like me. So I like that for a long form, and that actually does like sound pretty much like me. That's awesome, because I talk like that. Okay, so in 2009, these two dudes did all this stuff. So like, yeah, that's pretty cool. What's really cool about this is once it knows this kind of stuff, we can now tell it to give me ideas for 7 days worth of social media, which I'll do now. And it made it. Now I can tell it to write any of these that I want to, but look, I got 1 post per day of each kind, video and written. It's got the big idea right here, and then the overall concept of like what I should do. so I could tell it to write it, and now we're gold. And now you don't have to think about this kind of stuff anymore. All I did was talk. It actually took me longer to do this because I'm like trying to explain it than it takes to, actually do it, which is pretty cool. So if you want to use this for free, just try it for free. Just go to ojoy.ai. You can take a trial, do exactly what I did in this video, have some fun, and make some content that helps people. Because in order to build a brand, you need content. The content needs to be good. Good content is about them, not us. And here's how you create it really quickly and make it good at the same time. All right. So thanks so much for watching this. Hope you dug it. Try Ojoy. Hope you like it. Take it easy.